Hey y'all, what's going on? This is Jesse Boats from the 19th hole. I've got a fall major pre-tournament rookie video guide for you all. Since you aren't able to practice this course in tour play, I figured I'd try to get you all out some early content. So hopefully you can kind of use this to virtually practice and do well in the tournament. Alright, we got hole number 1 here, par 4. Playing this with the extra mile and a long iron most likely. Now ball wise, you have a choice going, I would say power 2 or power 3 at the least, because you do want to be able to get this ball pretty far down the fairway. So unless you have higher level clubs, you could possibly try a big topper here. Then I would definitely recommend going with a Titan ball here. Full top spin, 2 bars of right spin, and we just want to try to get this ball as far down we can this fairway as possible and see where we get from there. We do have that nice right to left wind and that right to left slant on the fairway slope, so I put a couple bars of right spin on that shot just to kind of counteract that fairway slope a little bit. And that's going to get us down there at pretty good distance, just pretty much right out of line of that tree. So that's definitely a good spot to be. If we had gone with the katana ball, we would not have gotten as far as we did, and we probably would have to deal with those trees for our second shot. We've got the backbone here. We're going to play a plus 10%, 4.3. As you can see, trees are not in the way. A little bit farther over, they would have been, but from right here, they're not. So we're playing a shot off this fringe, off the fairway here. Go with full backspin, just a little bit of right spin. We're going to line this shot up right there with the hole. And then we're going to adjust for our wind here. 3.1 rings. And see how this one comes in. Do hit perfect. And, ooh, that's a very close shot right there. Definitely very, very, very close to dropping that one with the backspin. That's definitely the way I would play this hole. Is, you know, even if you can get a little bit farther down that fairway, that's going to even open you up even more for that shot. So, all right, we got hole number 1 here. We're going to look at this shot to the left side just for the fun of it. We've already played one to the right side, so let's go ahead and look at one to the left side and see what possibilities it does hold. Some people prefer the left side, so let's see what we can do. Plus 20% for the drive. Got to play with top spin and left spin for sure on this shot. So full top spin, full left spin. We are taking our bounce right over here. Right there in that rough, and then bouncing it out. So 3.5. We're gonna go 1. Let's see. First of all, yeah, we're playing pretty much max here. We're gonna play this one at 1.5 rings here for our adjustment. Hit great to the left, so we'll see where this one ends up with a great left. It may end up being terrible, it may end up being okay. And it's going to be okay. So it's going to roll down the fairway, maybe not quite as far to the left as we would like. Let's see what we have here. And no, we have a wide open shot. 3.7 wind. So we definitely, are going with this bounce over shot. And I'm not going to play any spin at all. No back spin. Just straight at the hole. So 3.7, 1.9. Hit that one perfect. Came in a little bit light actually. So really all we needed to do on that one is to move our initial landing spot up there just a smidge. Alright, we got hole number 2 here. Playing this one with the long iron, so I'm going to choose my backbone considering it's the most accurate long iron that I have. You can also play this with the a Quasar or Navigator or Marlin ball. I'm going to choose the Navigator because I'm not planning on using really much side spin, if any. We're just going to use a little bit of top spin. I'm looking for about 1.5 bars of top spin, and we'll play this one at max distance for our wind adjustment. Plus 30% is going to be the elevation numbers for this shot. Alright, so plus 30% is our elevation numbers for this shot. We're playing about 2 rings of adjustment right here for this shot. And as I said, 1.5 bars of top spin. We're going to play the second bounce right there on the fringe, before the fringe. And we're just going to try to line this one up with the hole as best as we can. We're going to aim it right there along that line from right there, and then we can make an adjustment from there, as we see fit. So 2 rings is our max 30%. Hit that one perfect, so let's see how this one comes in with 1.5 top spin. And bingo bongo, we got it. So 1.5 top spin, 30% max adjustment right there. You're going to line that second bounce right. Alright, we're back. Hole number 3 here. This is a par 5. And we're going to play it to the right side. We're going to use the extra mile on a Titan ball. The other option would be to use your big topper. Maybe a little bit more of a lower level ball, like a quasar or something like that, and the big topper. But we're going to play it. We're going to play it with the big ball and the big club, because we're trying to get as far down the fairway as we can. So as you see, fully extending the guide out, full top spin. Let's just hit it down the fairway. Maybe get ourselves into a long iron position right here. We'll have to wait and see. But definitely way down the fairway, giving ourselves a no doubt second shot at the green. With the big topper, you kind of run into that issue where you can't really go over that rough because it doesn't have the distance. And you got to have the correct ball in place, because if you have too high of a ball, then you're really going to be in between clubs kind of. Now let's see what we got for our second shot here. We have the Saturn in. And we got 3 miles per hour wind. Let's see if we have enough to reach with the Saturn. Oh, we do. Okay, so we got enough to reach with the Saturn. So we're going to land our shot somewhere in there. Line it up right with the hole. Right at max. So 1.4, 1.5, somewhere in there. We hit it perfect, so let's see what this one does. Booyah! That's how we get the albatross, baby. That's how we get the albatross. Hopefully y'all liked that. Hopefully y'all can replicate that. Alright, we got hole number 6 here, par 5. Extra mile for your driver. For your second shot, you want to go with the wood, playing to the left side. And you want one that has some topspin to it, so like the Horizon, Big Dog, Sniper would all be great clubs. If you don't have a Sniper though, you could also go with like the Hammerhead. So we're going to be using the Hammerhead here in this video. It's a Hammerhead level 2, and it's definitely plenty of club. So my opponent here is going to be playing his shot safe here with his quarterback, which is definitely another way you can play this hole if you don't want to try to blast it to the left side into that next fairway. And he's playing a little more conservative than I would play it, but he's really just trying to put himself in position to give himself a chance to get to that green in 2. And it end up being a good call. We'll have to wait and see what he does on his second shot, because he's going to have the option of trying to go left with curl or to the right side around those trees, and we'll just have to wait and see what he does. For me, I'm going to go in with this one with the extra mile, plus 20% on the drive. I'm going to use the Titan ball, just like make sure there's no questions about this shot. I mean, you could use, lower level ball like the Katana, make it probably, but it's one of those shots where you don't want to miss it. So, just go ahead, use your Titan, make sure you get yourself to the second fairway Depending on what driver you have, you may have to overpower this shot a little bit more than you would with a little bit higher level of a driver. But that's just something to keep in mind when you are setting up your drive. Will you or will you not need to overpower your shot? So you see my opponent here has got the Goliath, and it's not a terrible play here that he's using. He didn't really need to use any of that backspin, and it would have been much better if he used some curl here. He actually may have ended up on the green if he would have used some curl right here. As you're going to see, he ends up, pretty decent position actually, and you can use that slope of that fairway, to your advantage. Without any backspin on that shot, he probably would have been rolling up that slope and back down onto the green. So definitely something to think about there. For this rough bump here, I'm going to make two mistakes. The first mistake I make is too much topspin. I don't remember, the hammerhead does not have the same type of ball guide as the sniper, so, it's not fully developed. So I need to really, downplay that topspin to like 2 bars of topspin, I think, would definitely be sufficient. And just keep in mind that, yes, the ball guide won't be fully, developed to the hole with the hammerhead compared to the sniper. I also hit gray to the right, so that messes it up too. But as you see, if we had gone with the 2 bars of topspin and hit perfect, we would have been pretty close in that hole. I played a plus 5% on that shot. So you're going to see my opponent here has got a little chip to the hole. Definitely, a very makeable shot, but, definitely he could have been much better. I think, like I said, if he had not played with the backspin. So, I mean, playing it short with the quarterback and then playing with like a big dog would be a very easy way to get to the hole in 2 if you don't want to risk playing it to the left side like I played it. One thing about playing left is, in my opinion, it does give you the opportunity for the albatross, and that's just one shot I think that you have to try for if you want to compete into the weekend rounds and go for, winning medals. So, all right, y'all, that was that hole number 6, and we'll catch you all on the next hole number 7. All right, we got hole number 7 here, par 3. 10% elevation change here. You're going to add plus 10% to your wind. That's what plus 10% elevation change means. We'll play this one with a katana ball because we do want that extra side spin. You can get away with playing this one with a quasar, but I think a katana ball helps you out a little bit more here. And I'm going to play this one with the Goliath, and we'll play at mid distance with the Goliath. If you play it with a different long iron, it may be a little bit different as far as your mid and max goes for your shot. So definitely scope that out just to know what you're looking at. 1.5 topspin is what we're playing with here. We're going to play this orange ring pretty close here to the edge. And like that right there. So I'm going to play 1.9 rings is our adjustment here for this shot. Hit it perfect, so let's see how this one comes in. Was the 1.5 topspin enough? It sure was. There it is. There's the ace. 1.5 topspin. You do want that ball guide to be set off to the left of the hole, and let that wind and the slope of that green take it in there for the ace. The orange ring was just barely cutting the rough, if I remember correctly. Definitely go back and check. But definitely great ace right there, and one that will definitely help set you apart from the field. And we'll see you all on the next hole. Alright, we are back. Hole number 5, par 4. We will be playing this one with an extra mile and a Titan ball. And we will be hitting this one up the left side of the fairway. And I don't believe we'll have enough, unless you have a higher level driver, to actually get down to the second area next to the green. But we'll give it a look. We'll give it a look. So 4.3 is our wind. No elevation change here. So 1.7. Yeah, I don't believe we'll have enough to get all the way down to that next level for sure. But we do want to play our shot right about here with the yellow a little bit into the rough. And now we will adjust for the wind. 1.7. And we will be playing this shot with as much curl as we have, which is not a whole lot. We do hit it great to the left. Hopefully it doesn't cost us. Nope. Just enough of a buffer there for a great left to be okay. So it's very important for you to go back and look at where I had my ring positioned in the rough. It was just a little bit into the rough, but not too much where a great left will hurt me. So it is definitely important to make sure you adjust correctly to where you give yourself that great left possibility. But a perfect shot right there would have been a-okay, and it's good to have a little bit of a buffer when you take a shot like that. So let's see what my opponent does. He's going for the overpower shot, so if he hits this one perfect, it may be interesting to see if he can get down to that second level. Here we go, let's find out. Is he going to be able to? It looks like he can get down to that second level. So if you want to overpower your shot, you can get down to that second level. But you do take the risk of going into the bunker, which it may not be such a bad a thing, because we do have a 30% difference right here in this shot. So 4.5. We're going to play this one at mid. Okay. So 2 rings. Kind of just eyeballing that shot right there. We do hit it perfect, so let's see what this does. Not too bad of a shot from that position. As you can see, you can go back and look at my spins for that shot. You can add maybe a little bit of topspin on that shot right there, or even just move your target a little bit farther closer to the green. The other option to that play from up there on the first level is more of a backspin shot with the thorn, where you land your shot closer to the green and then use backspin. And that also would be a plus 30% adjustment as well. So that's hole number 5. We'll see y'all in just a moment on hole number 6. But we're going to try it with the sniper and see if we can get far enough down the fairway and have a chance with our sniper. All right, so it is 20% downhill here. Power 3, 2.9. Full topspin. And we really just want to get down that fairway. You do want to stay away from the left side of the second fairway, because it does slope downhill if you get to the left side of the fairway, the second fairway. And I don't know if you could see it, but when we went by, it does slope downhill, and it will roll off into the rough. So definitely pay that attention when you're playing this shot. All right, so the second shot here is 10% downhill, and we'll see if we have enough club to do it. I think we're going to. Yeah, I think we're going to have enough club. Oh, yeah. So that's max. We're going to play this shot just about right there. So we're going to play a 4-ring adjustment on this shot. We hit it perfect, so this one should be close. A little bit too hot, maybe? Oh, just a little bit to the right. So now, pretty good distance, just a little bit to the right. Plus 10%. And we have a right to left kind of tailish wind, I think, on this shot. Christian suggests going to the left, using max backspin and right curl. I'm going to try that right there. As you can see, it's very tough to adjust for these winds. Let's see what that does. We might have a chance here. Get in the hole. Nope. Dang. Little bit short on that shot. And that could be a number of things. It could be the landing location with not, a very accurate adjustment. But that was a very close shot right there. I'll have to go back and look at it and see what we can, adjust. We just need a little bit extra, just a little bit extra power for that shot right there. Because we did get the hill. And if you can find that groove, you can get the ace. So a little bit at the last second. All right, so Johnny says this one is the most frustrating of the tournament. Not sure if you were talking about that par 3 or this hole right here. Full top spin and a little bit of left spin. Okay, and basically we're aiming it just like this. So let's see, actually, we've got a little bit more wind than I'm hoping for. So we're actually going to have to curl this shot. To bounce it through. I had not had that happen to me where I was going to be unable to adjust it properly. I even went down to a power 0 ball with the basic ball and didn't have what it was needed to make the adjustment. So at that point right there, I knew I had to use curl to get it down through that tree. And actually, honestly, ended up better than any other shot I've ever taken in the rookie on this hole. So we may have discovered something right there. Using that curl may actually help the shot. Using that amount of curl. So I don't know. I've only seen that one time. So I definitely wanted to try it again to make sure that that is a repeatable shot. But if it is, that's getting down there pretty close to the green, so that would be pretty cool. And as you see right here, we have a very short chip now. I mean, we do have a basic ball, but I mean, a very short chip. Shouldn't be affected much by the wind. We're just going to play that just left the pin. Boom. All right, here we go. Hole number 9. We're going to play this with the extra mile, and we'll be playing to the right side. We're going with the rough bump onto the fairway. And then for a second shot, we're going to play with the big dog. You could definitely use the horizon for the second shot as well, but you do want a club with some top spin on it. And let's see what we got here. My opponent may play it to the left side. If you play it to the left side, it's going to leave you a very long second shot with the wood. And you're going to have to use a lot of spin and curl. And it's just overall a really difficult shot and a way to play this hole with this wind. So I would definitely suggest playing it to the right, like you're going to see me play. And I do have the power 3 ball in just for, for this playthrough. You may not need the power 3 ball. But let's see here what we got. Yeah, I would say you need a power 3 ball for this shot for sure. So going full top spin and right spin. So we're going to bounce out of this rough onto the fairway. We are playing this at a plus 10% for the downhill. So we'll be adjusting this 1.1 rings. So pretty easy right there. We hit that one perfect. This one should hit the rough and bounce out and roll right to the edge of the fairway. Perfect. Now from this spot right here, we may actually have a chance to use like a sniper, a Viper, if you want to use the Viper. Or if you have a Guardian, you could probably use the Guardian for this shot. We will know a lot better though once we see what we have here for our second shot. This is the first time for me playing this course in the tournament, so you know I'm learning with you most definitely. So let's see what we got here. We do play this one at a 5% uphill for this shot. We do have our big dog in 3.2. So let's see what we got. That's max right there. So we're going to put, we don't need that much top spin. Left spin, and we'll go with 3 bars of top spin. Okay, and so 1.3 ring adjustment. Let's see what this does. Now we hit it great to the right. Let's see if that ends up biting us in the butt. Nope. But definitely those 3 bars of topspin a little bit too much. But as you see, wow, we have that slope on the back of the green that really plays as a backstop for this hole. So even if you do go a little bit too much topspin on that shot, you know, you'll still be okay. I would probably say 2 bars of topspin would be fine for that shot. And, you know, definitely would say you could possibly make that shot with a Viper, but I would stick with either a big dog, a Horizon, or a Guardian if you have a Guardian for this hole. And that's how I play hole number 9. So thank you all for joining me for this playthrough. Hopefully y'all picked up a tip or two. Not any like spectacular awesome shots in it, but definitely a lot of good information. And good luck to y'all in the tournament. Thank you all for being here for this rookie video guide for the fall major tournament. Like I said, it is unavailable to play these holes in tour play for you all, so I just wanted to try to get some content out quickly for you all so that you all would have something to kind of look at and know what to expect come Monday when qualification begins, and then we will do our normal rookie playthrough for the actual tournament wins. Also stay tuned and look out for the rookie guide, where I'll talk about the course and we'll go in a little bit more detail as far as all kinds of spins and stuff like that goes. So we'll see you all a little bit later this week. Take care.